Hello, everyone. Welcome to reInvent Expo Floor. We are at the Serverless video booth, and we are on the second day one of reInvent, which is Tuesday. And with me, I have Harold Sun, who is my peer, and we work together. We are both Serverless specialists, I say, but Harold has a lot more details to share with you. So back to you, Harold.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've been working with Suraj for 2 years now.
Yeah.
I'm a serverless specialist, say, based in China. Um, my I have been working with AWS for more than 5 years, and started as a account SA for 2 years. Then moved to specialist A role, and now it's more than 5 years, 3 years.
Awesome. And what is the latest exciting stuff that you have been doing in the serverless world as a specialist, say?
Yes, thanks for asking for that question. There's a lot of exciting things we're working on. One of them is Lambda Web Adapter, which can help developers run web applications on Lambda without a lot of changes to the code.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is we are working on is helping people to do Gen AI stuff with serverless and the containers. And third thing is I've spent a lot of time working on Rust. Yeah, that's major things I'm
Awesome.
working on.
And if you don't know yet, in our peers serverless specialist SA group, Harold is one of the most experimenting guy. He goes out and experiment new stuff, and we learn a lot from Harold. So let's dive deeper on each one of the use cases. So you mentioned about Lambda web adapters. So how will that help enterprise customers, and whether it is targeted for enterprise customers or a customer who is starting new on Lambda functions, who should be choosing that and make that as the bread and butter for serverless journey?
Yeah, I think this tool is trying to help people to make it easier for people to start with Lambda to do web applications, such as for enterprise customers, if they have existing web applications like Spring Boot, they wanted to take advantage of Lambda and serverless, they can use Web Adapter plus Snapstart and run on Lambda without changing one of the code.
Yeah.
So that makes the migration much easier for them to take advantage of Lambda and serverless.
Awesome. And what are the supported runtime do you have?
Yeah, well, it supports both container and all the managed runtimes. It is Lambda extension. So all the runtime that supports extension, that works.
Okay, and if I'm not wrong, the extensions are written in Rust?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Right, so Rust, we'll talk about Rust in a few minutes, but
Yeah.
the idea is if you want to have your existing web applications written in Spring Boot or Express or Flask, you want to run them on serverless on Lambda functions, you can use Lambda Web Adapter. And the most exciting part, you can enable Snapstart with it, and you get the benefits of Lambda Snapstarts right away.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now let's switch gear to generative AI in the world of serverless and containers. So tell us, what are you doing in that space?
Yeah, we have been working with a customer to do stable diffusion and generating images with a Gen AI. And the customer challenge is have a lot of spikes in the demands, and they wanted to scale up the compute nodes very fast. And we basically created a solution with API Gateway, Lambda, SNS, SQS to create put a sync asynchronous event-driven architecture,
yes.
and we use EKS and Carpenter and Kida to do auto scaling.
No, wow.
We do a lot of optimization there. We are able to scale up a new GPU nodes and web UI API running within two minutes. Usually it's 1 minute, 2 minutes. That's pretty fast comparing to other solutions that takes over maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get one node up. So this is customer really excited about this solution.
Okay, awesome. This is a very good example, which I'm going to elaborate more tomorrow in my breakout session. It's a seamless plug, I know, but let me talk about it later.
Sure.
But the reason why I bring that up is the discussion of bringing workloads, different kinds of workloads together using event-driven architecture, and you can
Yes.
do that effectively using event-driven architecture,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
So now let's talk about the choice of compute.
Yeah.
You chose EKS and you use KDA with it.
Yeah.
So do you want to give a primer on what KDA is?
Sure. KDA is an open source auto scaling tool, event driven. You can use, let's say, Lambda SQS as an event source. They can monitor how many messages are in the queue, and you can automatically scale up new pods based on the queue size.
Yeah.
And you can configure that. This makes it's kind of like a Lambda auto scale from the SQS queue stuff. So,
Okay.
but
And you did mention about Carpenter. So
Yeah.
there is a basic difference between KDA and Carpenter. What KDA talks about or does is scales up deployments, which means effectively scaling up pods. But Carpenter, on the other hand, is
scaling up EC2 instances
instances.
to
Okay.
place those pods.
Yes. So KDA is to scale up pods, and when pods are scaled up and there is not enough instances or nodes available, Carpenter jumps in and figures out how to scale nodes so that those new pods can work on the nodes. So yeah, it's coming from two serverless specialists SA. That's the max we can talk about when it comes to Kubernetes, at least me. But this is pretty cool stuff. Okay, that is really cool. Now let's dive deeper on the way you build web adapter using Rust. Yeah, let's talk about your experience of using Rust in Lambda functions. Like, how do you like it? Where do you see that going when it comes to industries? Or how do you think customers should be adopting it? Or should they be adopting it? And if they are going to adopt, what are the benefits they should see?
Yeah, Rust is a language that is known for performance and memory safety. If you build a Lambda function with Rust, you will have a very fast code start and also minimum memory usage that translates to cost savings for the customer. But on the other side, Rust is known for pretty steep learning curve. So probably you will
That's the
not.
trade-off.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Probably you will not use Rust on all your stuff, but you can do it with performance critical stuff, and also security. When security is very critical for your application, stabilization stuff. I choose Rust to build a Lambda web adapter. There's a reason because adapter is in the data path of every invoke, so any milliseconds counts. So we wanted to
So
make
you want it to
really
be as
fast as possible.
Fast as possible. So
Yeah.
that was the
That's the
default
reason.
choice for using Rust. Awesome. And have you benchmarked Rust with other runtimes and how?
Well,
how does it
yeah.
look like?
There's somebody did it. So on the CoStar stuff.
Yeah.
So Node.js might take several hundred milliseconds. For Rust, is less than 10 milliseconds.
Awesome. And do you see organizations who are not into Rust yet? They would take the learning curve to get the benefits of it, or it will be on an as case basis, like you mentioned above.
Yeah, from what we see here, the trend is picking up, but I think it's still early. So there are examples, the customers who got benefits from using Rust on serverless, but this still need to get more people to know about these benefits.
Awesome. So it was nice talking to you. I have two common questions which I ask to every speaker who I interview.
Yeah.
So we are in on the second day one of reInvent 2023. The reInvent is yet to happen. 3 more days is left. What is the most exciting part of this reInvent that you have come across?
For me,
Yeah.
Lambda scaling 12 times faster.
Yeah.
I think that feature is pretty cool.
Yeah, if you don't know it yet, we have released this feature, and you can see the AWS compute blocks. Lambda can scale 10 times faster,
Or
12 times faster than how it was earlier before 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And anything else that you want the audience to take away from this 5 minutes discussion or in reInvent?
Yeah, I'm going to do a session tomorrow to talk about Lambda Web Adapter.
Oh, awesome.
So it's BOA 311.
What is that?
BOA 311.
BOA 311.
Yeah.
If you want to dive deeper on how Lambda Web Adapter works, the under the hood stuff,
Yep.
There is no other person better than Harold who has built it from ground up. So you can go and attend BOA 311.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to you, Harold. I
Thank
hope
you.
we'll meet again, we'll work again, and we'll
Sure.
have fun things like this again.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Of course.
Thanks for having being here.